Hey everybody, this is Mr. Christensen here. Some people have said they have having some problems with the 2.02 proofs quiz. And I thought I'd make a little video. I'm not doing the exact same problems or anything, but if you didn't do well on it, or if you haven't been able to figure it out, I'm doing a specific video on this topic. First off, this is kind of a word bank that we have, and these are all terms that you either know from algebra, like adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. There's these two reflexive and symmetric properties. You should probably look up what those are. The transitive property, it's like if A equals B and if B equals C, then we can say A equals C. There's a whole list of these properties here. I'm not going to take this time to teach these, but if you don't know what these terms are, you need to go back and find those definitions. All right, let's take a look at this first problem here. Right here, we've got just a straight up math problem, and this is kind of a middle step to learning how to do proofs. It's just a straight up math problem. You probably know how to do this problem, and so let's just do the problem first, and then we'll write out all the steps. So 3 times 2, what's 3 times 2 going to be? We're gonna do something first here. I'm just trying to get some settings right. 3 times 2 is going to be what, 6x, and then we do 3 times 4, which is going to be plus 12 equals 60. That's our first step. So okay, next step. Got to get rid of something. You guys have done this before. You don't need me to even really do this. We're subtracting 12 from both sides. So we're going to get 6x is equal to 48. And then we're going to rewrite it. We're just going to say x is equal to what? What is x going to be equal to? Hopefully it's 8. Okay. In the 2.02 proofs quiz, this work was already done for you. Like this is already done. A bunch of work is all just listed out like this, and it's already done. What they want you to do is they want you to tell them what happened from step to step. So let's take a look at our word bank. We'll go with green here. Up at this word bank, what property lets us go from here to here? Which one of these properties lets us, we literally said it, we distributed, didn't we? So we go up here, do we have anything that has to do with the distributive property? I'm looking in there, and my writing is really small. Why can't I read my own? Did I not put it in there? Yeah, so add to the list, distributive property. It's probably there and I can't see it. So this is the distributive property. I'm just going to use abbreviations here real quick. All right. Then what did we do? Next step from there to there. What happened? Yeah. Give me a second. On your proofs, they're all organized like this, and you had to identify what was happening. So from this step down to here, we subtracted by 12 on both sides. There's a property for that. Subtraction property. Now we have to choose of what? Is it equality or congruence? Well, since we're using an equal sign right now, we're currently using an equal sign, it's going to be subtraction property of equality. That's the long written out way to say it. Subtraction property, I probably would have given you the credit. All right, the next step. How do we go from the next thing to from here? How do we go from there to there? Well, we divided on both sides, divided by 6 on both sides, so it's going to be the division property of, and we're using an equal sign, so equality. So the division property right there. We use those ones. This is kind of a basic thing. What they did on the quiz is they have this is like A, B, and C, and they want you to tell a reason, and it just depends on the problem, what step they're looking for. All right, let's move into a little harder problem. Hopefully. Okay, we're looking at this proof. It's similar to the one that is in the quiz, not the same. we have our two given statements here, or we have our given statement. Maybe let's just do a little tracing on that right away. WXZ is the same size as KXY. We're saying those two are the exact same size. That's our given information. So what we're going to do is we're going to just put that as the very first thing. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Changing my color. Angle WXZ is congruent. These should be congruent symbols here. Are congruent to KXY. All right, that's our first step. We know that's true. Also, another thing we can always put in our proof right away. What is the thing we're trying to prove? This right here is the end of our proof. Whatever that proof is at the end. So I'll put a angle WXY is the same size as ZKX. That's what we're trying to get to. We're going to take this part right here, and we're going to change it so it becomes that. We're proving that this thing here at the end is true. Okay, let's go back up to the top. Let's focus on maybe that green angle. What is that green angle made up of? What pieces make up that green angle? Well, there's something called, my bell is ringing at the school I work at. Hold on. Our green angle there's something called the angle addition postulate that we can use, and we can say that angle is made up of two different pieces. The two different pieces are angle, I don't want to make it, well, I'll use green. Yeah, we'll use green because it's the green angle is made up of these things. Angle WXY plus, it's angle 1 plus angle 2, essentially, YXZ. Those two things added up are going to equal my green angle, WXZ. WXZ. Oofda. Should have given myself a little more room, I guess. Okay, that's that one. Let's say, well, can I make another statement about my yellow angle? My yellow angle is angle YXZ plus angle YXZ ZXK, and that equals my green angle, which is, or my yellow angle, sorry, angle YXK. That's the total. That right there is the angle addition postulate. So that needs to be in your list of vocab words, things you know how to use. So we've got those two things put together. All right. Now, can I use my new green and yellow statements? Can I use those to replace my original two sayings? Think about that for a second. There's something called, when I replace things, it's like in football when you put a substitute in, or when their teacher is gone, you have a substitution property. I might have to use the angle symbols for this. I'm going to replace my left side is my green. That's basically angle 1 plus angle 2. I've got those up there. Is going to be equal to the yellow stuff, angle 2 plus angle 3. So I'm replacing things there. Okay. My last step is, what do I have left here? Let's see. Go back to black. Is there something that's the same on both of these sides? Here and here? Can I get rid of those things just like I did on my last problem, my algebra problem? Yeah, this is basically just going to be angle 1 is equal to angle 3, like that. And isn't angle 1 WXY? And isn't angle 3 angle ZKX? Yeah, it is. Okay, there's plenty of things you guys can pick at to make this look better. This is kind of one of my first times doing it with this app. Now, this was already pretty much given to you. Now we need to isolate what are the steps. So for blue, I'm going to use steps. So first off, how did you know the first thing was true? Step 1. Why did we know that was true? That was given to us. So we're going to write given right there. Okay, step 2 and 3 are the same step, basically. How did we know step 2 and 3 were true? We have our angle addition postulate. So you can do angle addition postulate. When you're taking a quiz, you should type it all out. I don't have enough room. Those were true by angle addition postulate. The next one, the next one, we replace things with reason number 4 is substitution, kind of scratching things out there. Step 4, we just replaced things. And then step 5, we saw that both sides had a 2 on them, so we can use our subtraction property. We use subtraction to get it down to the 1 and the 3. And then this is kind of an extra step here because I was using an abbreviated thing. We use substitution again as our final step right there to get to the end, because angle 3 is really this angle right here, and angle 1 is really that angle. We just replace them with their correct names. So what your goal is on this quiz, what they want you to be able to do is they want you to look at a step and say, how did I go from step 1 to step 2? How did I go from step 3 to step 4? How did I go from 4 to 5, and so on and so forth. All right, let me know if this helps. If you need more examples like this, proofs are tricky. It takes practice. But if you don't like this video, go find some other ones on YouTube. All right, good luck.